Shout out Beware. What up, though? And it's your favorite Pistons podcast, Pro Wrestling Talk for the Pistons fan. Want to find out more about our show, like where to order our official t-shirt or how to follow us on social media? Visit our Linktree /PWTPF. That's linktr.ee/PWTPF. And thanks to our premier sponsor, ticket-barter.com. See you at the seats. This is a quick episode because I know a lot of people that listen to this want to know my commentary, my thoughts on it, and I appreciate that. That's podcasting at the heart. It's like, hey, this brother knows a lot. Let me see what he thinks. And I'm like, okay. I'm just going to just hella pause just before I even say the statement. Let me say, all forms of professional sports are entertainment. All right, that's why when players go to Cal, like when the Pistons play in California, that's why they had that jock tax or whatever. Or in Illinois, they have it too. Is it called the Michael Jordan tax? I think so. But look, you can look those up. Like, I go to most Pistons games, right? I can say, like, oh, I'm going to root on my favorite team. I want to be there if something important happens. But at the end of the day, it's a form of entertainment. Just like I go to WrestleMania. I go to NXT. I go to AEW Dark Elevation. And no matter how you slice it, MMA, boxing, those are just gruesome forms of entertainment, right? Somebody's, like, just like on your everyday life, just ask somebody, come punch me in the head. Just come. You'd be like, you don't even want to ask anybody. Now, like a basketball rolls up to you on the court, you're like, let me see if the old school still got it. Let me see if I still got my jump shot. But like MMA, boxing, those are just gruesome. You don't say like, let me see if I can punch you in the head. Let me see if I still got my punch on me. And that's why they have commissions. They have weight limits. You know, you can't have a 500-pound man versus a 100-pound. Like, there's so many rules before that fight even just. Fighters have licenses. It's crazy. I watched a lot of boxing. I watched a lot of MMA in my day. Like, now I have a family. I have kids. I have, they say 40s is the, like, I read that today, the most tired time of your life, right? Because most of the time you got little kids and you're peaking in your career. And that's me. They must have zoomed in on my life. So you're busy at home and you're busy at the job. It's both. So that's why people always ask me, like, man, do you, step outside, you cheat on your... I ain't got time! Like, who has time to do... Like, that would just be adding a serious headache to that. I'm just a one-woman man. It ain't worth it. I can't even show up to the meetups that I organized for this podcast on time. Like, I can't even... Why would I step outside? First thing I want to debunk is I ain't watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, anytime there's a fight announced that, like, someone doesn't care for or anything, I ain't watching. You know good in the hell well you watch it. Why? Because it's a form of entertainment. That's the human... Do we just like being entertained? Are you not entertained? The other thing is, people may say, why is this occurring? Why? Just follow the money. Like that's the answer to everything. Just follow the money. That's all you gotta do is just follow the money. Does that mean that the participants need money? No, I'm not saying that, but like somebody wants to make a big profit off of this, right? Or something, like I said, just follow the money. And I've heard all kind of crazy stuff. You heard Turkey Al-Hashish, he tried to buy the whole WWE. Now Turkey Al-Hashish, he's trying to buy Netflix. Just follow the money. One trip that I'll never forget is UFC 200. UFC 200. I remember we got there. They were having pool parties. You could meet the fighters. And I'm like, wow, this is exclusive access like never before. Like, it almost felt like a celebration. And surprise it was because, as you know, like, we had UFC 200 on Saturday. And then Monday, they sold the whole company for, like, the highest ever. It was, like, billions of dollars. So, yes, it was a celebration. We just didn't know yet. I guess we'll do ladies first, right? Ladies first. So, like, Dana White is the king of not getting fights done. Like, the king. Like, like, if you just go back through UFC history, a lot of good fights, a lot of fights didn't happen, this shit happened, all right? And Gina Carano versus Ronda Rousey is definitely in that bucket of fights that should happen. Definitely. It's like, why can't you get it? I think some of that was just due to greed. Like, they say they don't make their contracts public. I know there's a lot of lawsuits against the UFC and stuff like that. But some of that, I don't know. I don't think it'd be paying. Like boxers get paid way more than UFC fighters. Way more. Like, you look at the Charlos, they got way more money than any UFC fighter. And half the people listen to this like, who are the Charlos? But Jake Paul, he's found a way to ensure that women get paid for their commitments. Like, he's definitely found a way. I don't know, through his partnership with Netflix, maybe through his YouTube subscribers, I don't know. But all the women that, like, work with him say, like, yeah, I know what you see, but, like, yeah, I'm really out here getting paid. So Jake Paul has struck again. I gotta give him that, like, being the visionary, like, hey, it's the women's sports explosion right now. He's like, you know, I'm just gonna jump right on that train. Ask about me. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, homie. That's how I am. And I'm letting you know right now. You ain't got to go too deep into the Googles on Gina Carano. I'm cheering for Ronda Rousey all day, every day, and twice on Monday. That is it. Boo, Gina Carano. Boo, boo. We hope you lose. Knockout. She a cutie pie, though. I can't hate on that. It's crazy. Because are we going to get like George St. Pierre versus Anderson Silva in the hexagon? Are we going to get that? Like, did you catch that? It's not going down in the octagon. It's going down in the hexagon. The hexagon. The UFC has a trademark on the octagon, right? They've trademarked a shape. They've actually trademarked a shape. Won't money do some stuff for you? We live in a time of one-upmanship, right? That's there. I'm shocked they didn't have a nonagon. That's what I'm a nonagon. You know, what is that? PFL, they got the smart cage. We got the smart cage. They got an octagon. We got the smart cage. It's a smart cage like a smartphone. I'm shocked Jake Paul went like, well, we got the nonagon. They got 8 sides. We got 9. Carano is 43. Ronda Rousey's 39. Ronda Rousey has a gold medal. Carano does not. Ronda Rousey last fought in 2016. Carano last fought in 2009. Dang, I wasn't even close to being married the last time Carano fought. Now I got the white picket fence, a John Deere, I had kids. Like, I got a whole child. People always say I got a whole child, like as if a half one would be born and living. So I looked it up, and Alicia Clark is the oldest WNBA player right now. She is 37. She's 37. I mean, that's still 13 years away from one of my favorite female hoopers ever. Nancy Lieberman-Klein suited up for the Detroit Shock at 50 and was throwing dimes out there, orchestrating the offense as if she was Chris Peasy. So, I mean, this is not like they're like done, right? But this second to last or last fight for don't expect a long return here.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I'm a Pistons fan. And this is my Uncle Drew. Drew.
Sorry, dude, I'm watching wrestling.
Okay. Actually, hey, do you know that there's a podcast for fans of pro wrestling and the Pistons?
Oh, you talking about pro wrestling talk for Pistons fans?
Yeah, with Doc Joe Brown. How'd you know about it?
I'm listening to that right now, too.
Are you listening to me at all? Drew.
I'm listening to Pro Wrestling Talk for Pistons fans on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all other major podcast apps. Know your role, Matt.
I always let that drop. Man, I was supposed to get a couple new drops from you. I know Angry Detroiter, Otis said he was going to send me a drop. D-Dot, where my drop at, dog? Come on, fam. Mayweather versus Pacquiao. This is a cash grab. Hey, this is a cash grab. Like, if it was at MGM Grand, I'd be like, oh, okay, they really hate each other. But this at the Sphere, this is a cash grab. Pacquiao is younger than Mayweather. Mayweather is like 49. I think he's the same age as my brother. And then Pac is like 47. I found something, like, in doing my research for this episode, like, did y'all ever know that Pacquiao worked out with the Golden State Warriors? Pacquiao a hooper. Pac-Man got a whole section on his Wikipedia dedicated to about how he was going to hoop and play for this expansion team. Pacquiao got game. Mayweather ain't fought in 10 years, like 2016. Pacquiao fought last year. Like, and it was Barrios, the guy who just fought last weekend. So don't expect any ring rust at all from Pacquiao. He's ready to go. He like, hey, I know it's in September, but if you told me it would be in June or May, I'm ready. I know Mayweather has the tune-up with Tyson in the Congo. But honestly, I mean, Tyson is a heavyweight. Mayweather is a welterweight. They got to do that in Africa. They got to do that at home. They ain't nowhere in the U.S. going to license that under any circumstances. That's like if this is MMA, that's like saying, oh yeah, we're going to do Mark Hunt versus Uriah Faber. Like, dog. They probably went to every state in the United States. Yeah, we're going to do yeah, you're going to do that over in the Congo, buddy. You can't do that over. Ain't nobody on this side of the water going to license that. I don't care if it is exhibition. I done named it a car. I don't care if it is an Expedition 4 truck. It's great, though, because a lot of these, the best thing about, like, Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, I salute it because these are real characters. These are real, and I said this in a couple of, they know how to sell a fight. I mean, we should have known this was coming because Mayweather loves being a bad guy, right? And like, remember he was at the basketball game. The arena is cashless, and he's counting out money, right? Like, he was going into form then. Like, I want you. He's planting the seed. I'm not going to give him, like, that much credit. Like, oh, he's super smart, but he has good people around. Like, hey, start having people hate you already, like, months in advance before it was announced. I'm gonna say one more thing, and this is gonna sound crazy. I just had this thought come to my mind. Like, yeah, smart money is on Mayweather. Like, that's just, he's one of my favorite athletes of all time. If you ever watched him box, slow motion is even better. Hella pause. Hella pause. But you talk to people who know boxing, they're like, yeah, he the best. He the best ever. Like, like nobody's ever seen the speed, the footwork, everything. Pause. And no, I don't want to see Mayweather versus Terrence Crawford. No, I don't want to see Clarissa Shields versus Layla Ali. No. We can't be that money hungry out here, okay? There's only so much money following we can do. While Mayweather is like clearly born to box, and I'm not saying Pacquiao isn't either. You know, Pacquiao born to box and hoop clearly. I would say this is like so intriguing because they both share the same level of greatness, right? Like, great as far as the number of fans, you got most of the people from the hood, like, oh, hey, Mayweather, like me. Then you got most people globally, oh, Pacquiao. And when you're able to secure a large fan base, and those fan bases are just like ride or die for it, like, that's what makes it so exciting because people are going to be leading up to this, Pacquiao, what? And then people are going to be like, money team. Both of these fights are on Netflix. Meanwhile, AEW is still charging per pay-per-view. Anthony ain't gonna back off that. He's like, listen, we ain't. Listen. Until the people tell me, I'm. Troy basketball.